It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. All eyes are on Jamar Chase. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Bengals and the Panthers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paycor Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Carolina Panthers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Bengals in this matchup. Their offense is one that doesn't rely too heavily on just one guy. They like to spread things around as best they can.
You're right about that. It's a diverse unit, and they like to run their offense by what they call game plan, meaning each and every week they study the opponent, they probe its weaknesses, and they move the ball around that way. They emphasize who's going to get it based on what they think they'll accomplish in that game. Other teams, they're a system team. They're going to run what they run no matter what. I like this style of offense. It suits them well.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? We see Carolina's offense getting set for their first possession here. And at quarterback, his second season with the Panthers, Sam Darnold.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
First play and a first pass coming for Darnold. And his first pass is incomplete. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in. And it's second down. And despite injuries like these, Charles, with these guys missing, they've been able to keep that pursuit of perfection alive so far.
That just shows the depth that they have on the roster and the guys who are serious about being ready when their number is called. Someone goes down, someone jumps in, and they don't skip a beat. I think this team has a bunch of those guys, and some of them will be called on again this week.
Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. On 2nd and 9. Darnold, flush to his right. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Darnold down to throw. And that is incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Cincinnati's offense takes the field, and leading the way for the reigning AFC champs is last season's comeback player of the year, a man who needs no introduction, Joe Burrow.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting that he continues to streak in this game.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Play action. It's Burrow.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Burrow looking to pass.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one better than 20 miles an hour. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
Wow, that ball is not free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home, the next guy comes.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down.
Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping for the loss.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Here's Darnold. Forced out to his left. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Darnold.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10. Darnold over the middle. It's Thomas.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Here comes the 8th play in the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Joseph Osai in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense, But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Week 9 here in the National Football League. We'll have 9 weeks to go after this. We got a couple of good matchups in prime time to wrap up the first half of the season. Tonight, Tennessee and KC in the AFC. And then tomorrow night, an interconference matchup. Baltimore and New Orleans in the Superdome.
Second down and 10, Darnold. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A first down throw, Darnold. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing on first down, but this one lines up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. He's going to look deep for more. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You got to stay in a spot far downfield.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. It'll be a 47-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A line ball here, remember.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
It's C.J. Henderson picking it off, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them. And they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10.
Just shy of the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Burrow now off the bootleg.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick.
And the Panthers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold to the right side, and he's got more complete. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers have cut it back within a score.
The PAT good. It would draw him closer, but hold on just a second. A flag is down on the field.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now Burrow on 1st down.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. A turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Burrow. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Again, it's Burrow. Out to his left. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now it's Burrow.
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown Cincinnati. Jamar Chase
with touchdown number 3 here this game and 17 now on the year.
And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. McPherson on for the point after.
It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards.
And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And they're not going right to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Darnold. He's got Higgins over the middle.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Complete to Rashard Higgins. A gain of 12.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, it's Darnold. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
Whistles now in the timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Touchdown Bengals!
Jamar Chase.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD.
Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick 6, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick 6?
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set to try again after the sack. Darnold.
They'll drop that down to Hubbard.
And they're able to bring him down at the 20. The Bengals with 2 extra DBs. A nickel look on 3rd.
Blanketing the passing lanes.
This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
One last throw now for Darnold. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
For the winning side, Charles, all that was missing was a shutout. Just giving up the 7 points, that's it. But really an incredible game from this defense. A very well-earned victory as a result.
Definitely one of the best single games for defense that you and I have seen in a long time, Brandon, because all we saw was that defense making big play after big play. They got after the quarterback. They had takeaways. You name it, they outclassed them every step of the way and checked every box on the stat sheet in getting it done.
So for Cincinnati, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Carolina, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.